All right, you two, we back in the fucking building. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Your boy 2K the God here. My man Sess is unavailable this evening, but I got my man Kashad all the way from Arkansas back up in here, man. How you doing, fam?
What's good, man? Just chilling, man. Trying to make it.
Word up, word up, word up. All right, for this segment, it's gonna be a what's hot and what's hot right now. So we all know. I posted the video already. We all know that Charlo pretty much railroaded Julian J. Rock Williams. But what a lot of people don't know is what happened after the fight, in the post-fight press conference. Demetrius Andrade showed up. He was at the fight. Showtime did show Demetrius Andrade ringside. But he also showed up at the post-fight press conference. Now, the intriguing thing is this. One of the reporters had, said, when will, we see a possible Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade fight? And Jermall Charlo was, he basically asked him, is that a fight that you want to have? And Jermall was like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did the whole I don't duck nobody, bit. And, he basically mentioned that he's not the matchmaker. It really depends on, who his promoter puts in front of him. And right after that, Demetrius Andrade was like, yeah, dawg, shit, let me get that mic. You know what I'm saying? I'll get that. Let me get that. Takes the mic and says, Jermall, by the way, was already on edge. Soon as Demetrius felt like he wanted to say something, he was kind of like, oh, nigga, what the fuck do you want? And Demetrius was like, no, it ain't like that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your win. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, when is the fight going to happen? When can I, feel like I'm about to fight Jermall Charlo, basically, in a nutshell is what he said. And Jermall said the same thing that he had just said previously. He's not the matchmaker, such and such, yada, yada, yada. But the thing that killed me was Jermall Charlo tried to act like he doesn't know who Demetrius Andrade is. He was like, yeah, I guess, you're undefeated, right? He said that to Demetrius. And Demetrius was like, motherfucker, you know? Andre was like, you know who I am. Nigga, don't act like you don't know me, fam. And Charlo was like, I do? Like, I know you? And Demetrius was like, yeah, motherfucker. He's like, matter of fact, y'all niggas is under me. Which, in my opinion, is true. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Demetrius was a champion before Jermall and Jermall were even on the map. Demetrius was a WBO champion. Okay? And then on top of that, if you just look at the skill set, Demetrius Andrade is almost quite clearly one of the best, the top two fighters at 154. If your favorite fighter at 154 is Jermall Charlo, your second's gotta be Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Demetrius Andrade is always in everybody's top 2 or 3 154 best fighters. So for Jermall to act like he don't know who Demetrius is fucking asinine. You know what I'm saying? But, Demetrius like, yeah, you know me, yada, yada, yada. And then post-fight, Fight Hype got in touch with Demetrius. And Demetrius basically said, hey, I disagree with how Jermall Charlo disrespected J-Rock at the end of the fight. If a guy comes over that you just knocked out or you just beat, tries to get congratulations, give congratulations to you, and you act like that, he was like, that shit's not cool at all. And he was like, a motherfucker like that needs to be humbled, and I'm going to be the cat to humble him. Kashad, how you feel about that, fam?
That's crazy. It'll be interesting to see if you knew I was going to come from this angle with that. I feel like Jermall, what he did to Demetrius is cool. I don't have nothing against that. Should Jermall feel like he under Demetrius? But no. Like, Demetrius, do I feel like Demetrius is a better fighter? Yes. Do I feel like the masses don't know who Demetrius is for whatever reason, whether it be promotional, whether it be he has too much power over his career, he just keep making dumb decisions, whether it be, he in like the never-ending contract with whoever. Like,
Banner.
Demetrius Andrade can't keep a fucking belt And he can't stay in the public's eye long enough for people to know who the fuck he is.
I agree.
So Jermall, I mean, him showing up, we need more of that. I really didn't like how they took the spotlight from him and didn't really let him, go at him like he should have. But, I mean, Demetrius has to understand that this is only a result of your poor decisions in your career. Like, you should have been fought Lara. Everybody talking about this amateur matchup, like Canelo done got him, Charlo done got him, what's that, the other guy's name?
Kodo? I'm sorry. You said Lara, right?
Yeah.
Kodo didn't fight Lara, my bad.
He's got him in like a rematch, too. He's got him twice.
Vanez Martirosyan.
Yeah. So all these guys are getting Lara except your ass for whatever reason. Like,
yeah.
I would favor Demetrius in that. At the end of the day, bro, I think Jermall was right to play him like, I know you, nigga, you undefeated. Like, motherfuckers just forgot. Like, I mean, we are hardcore fans, but Jermall has a point there. Like, I don't come up here and try to, squash out my night. Like you said, Jermall was still kind of amped up from, going through a year of shit talking and everybody saying he was scared, even when he got the little LASIK, on his eyes and stuff. Everybody thought he was a bitch, and he going there and lay this man out, and you gonna come up to his press conference and try like that? Like, I feel what he was doing.
Yeah.
Demetrius has to understand that everybody can play him like that. Liam B.C. Smith can play him like that because he just recently fought. Like, anybody could play him. Like, he has to. I'm holding him accountable. He got to get in the ring for whatever reason.
I just.
He's saying everybody ducking him. He just got to get in there and fight somebody. Fight Eric Lugerson. Fight Erickson Lugerson. Fight him.
Yeah, nah.
I
like that fight.
Fight anybody. Like, Andrade needs to fight anybody until nobody can say, who are you? Like, until he fights somebody consistently.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. I just think that's some hoe shit. I mean, even if he was playing the perspective of the average fan, that's still some hoe shit. Jermall.
I'm leaving the average fan out.
Okay. Well then, shit. If it ain't from that perspective, then it's really some hoe shit to act like that, because we all know Jermall Charlo knows who the fuck Demetrius Andrade is. I mean, because when Jermall Charlo was trying to make a name for himself with his twin brother, like I said, Demetrius was the WBO 154 champion. I'm pretty sure he knew who the champions were in his division. On top of that, Demetrius Andrade is one of the most decorated amateurs that we've had in America. So he's fought almost every goddamn body. So that's another thing. The shit goes all the way back to the amateurs. So if he wasn't just trying to play that role of the average fan, how they would perceive him, and he was actually just doing that because he was trying to act hard at the press conference, that's some hoe ass shit, nigga. Like, I would have took the route more of nah, fool, like, who have you fought? You ain't nobody. I would have said something like that. I wouldn't have been like, I know you.
But wait a minute. Even when you say who have you fought and stuff like that, that's some whole ass shit, because on the other end of the coin, you know who he is. You know it don't matter who he fought. You know what his amateur declarations is. You know all that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, Jermall is looking at him like everybody else, like, not just the average fan. How the most knowledgeable pugilist can look at him.
Yeah.
Demetrius Andrade, for whatever reason, ain't got his black ass in the ring.
And that's because of Banner.
I don't give a fuck.
It's because of Banner
whatever. He signed that shit with Banner.
I know. He should have never.
He signed it. That's his fault. Like,
you're right. And matter of fact, I could tell you why he signed it. My man Big Cool, he's supposed to be on here with us today, but he couldn't be on here. He actually had an interview with Demetrius Andrade and asked him, what was the whole thing behind that? And Andrade said because Banner Promotions gave him the opportunity to have more control of his career, which, as we're seeing, is not the best thing when you have a fucking promotional company backing you that has absolutely no clout. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's not getting in the ring. But the bad decision there is because he actually signed with a low-tier promoter. He should have never done that. You know what I'm saying? But to act like the nigga ain't nobody, that's some bullshit. I'm sorry, fam. I can't agree with
that. you can't act like a nigga ain't nobody when a nigga ain't did shit.
Nah, that nigga's done shit. He's a former champion, fam.
He's a former. We know that. Like, even if he, like, you just said yourself that, like, well, if he was playing it from the standpoint of, like, what have you done lately, like, who you fought, like, it don't matter who he fought if he was a former champion.
No, I said I would say that would be better than what he did. I'm not saying I agree with that either. Honestly, the nigga should be like, yeah, you're a great fighter and a great former champion. I'll give you the shot. That's what he should say. That's my stance. But I'm saying that is better than actually acting like you don't fucking know who a former champion in your division is. That's ridiculous. And right now he's the #1 fucking contender for the same title that he once was the champion of. The fuck out of here with that shit.
Charlo said he was going up to 160, right?
Yeah, he did.
Like, so staying at 154 would be great for us, like the fan in us, but I have no problem with Jermall playing that man like that. If that's how he chose to play him, he can play him. I won't condemn him. I don't feel like this whole shit. I feel like Jermall, like, put on, he has done more at 154 than Demetrius has.
Ooh,
like, that's what it is. I don't give, man, bullshit.
No.
Like, Demetrius beat Brian Rose for the belt, right?
No,
Lion Rose.
No, that was a title defense.
Okay, who did he beat for the belt?
I think he beat Vanez Martirosyan for it. Jamal's never fought Vanez.
What? Did he fight for a vacant WBO belt, or did he beat somebody for it?
I gotta look that up, but I believe it was Vanez Martirosyan, man. That was the fight where he became the champion. I gotta look it up though. Don't quote me.
That. Now Vanez is a credible name.
Yeah.
Since then he beat Brian the Lion Rose. Willie Nelson is a, I would say he's good sparring work.
That's a credible name, fam. Stop it.
He's good sparring work for people, but he's better sparring than he is in the fight. Because I've seen him in more than one fight be winning and give up his height and get knocked the fuck down. And I'm talking about get knocked silly. I mean, that goes back to ESPN fights, man. Like he's good work. It's kind of like
he lost to Vanez Martirosyan, nigga. That's only 2 fights he lost. Vanez and Demetrius Andrade.
I'm saying a fight that Willie Nelson has won, and I don't have box record in front of me, but it was on ESPN. This dude, I feel like he should not have won that fight because he got knocked all around the fucking ring. He got knocked down like twice. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying he shows up more, he gives more to other fighters than he gives to his own career. Like Steve Forbes. Steve Forbes has always been a great guy, a great camp guy. But when it comes to his own showings, he hasn't been the best guy. And that's all I'm saying. Willie Nelson,
nah.
I ain't gonna give him, like, Willie Nelson always gives him height up. I got my iPad working right now. I gotta look up this fight.
Willie Nelson beat John Jackson, who was getting ready to knock out Andy Lee. You know what I'm saying? And then John Jackson was also beating Jermall's brother Jermall before he got caught. Willie Nelson beat that motherfucker with no problems. You know what I'm saying? Then, let me just say, Willie has 3 losses.
He also beat that Tony Harrison dude, didn't he? Did he beat Tony Harrison?
Willie was losing that fight, and then he ended up knocking Tony Harrison out. Yeah. But Willie has 3 losses. He lost to Vincent Arroyo. That was his first loss. Then he lost to Vanez, and then he lost to Demetrius Andrade. He's a credible name. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade, let me just say this. Jermall beat an old-ass, whack-ass Cornelius Bundridge, okay? And he beat J-Rock. And Austin Trout, but I thought he lost to Austin Trout. So
I didn't think he lost to Austin Trout.
I'll give it to you. He has done more than Demetrius, but it ain't like no fucking, like Floyd Mayweather.
I never said it was like
Polly Malignaggi type of resume.
I never said that. I said it was more than what Demetrius Andrade has done for whatever reason.
Slightly.
I never said it was a mile. I didn't say it was a foot long more than what he's done. I said it was more because Demetrius Andrade ain't did much.
No doubt.
For whatever reason. I see more interviews of Demetrius than I see fights.
That's true.
I don't even see the nigga spar much. I don't see him hit the heavy bag. I don't see him hit the speed bag. I see him talking. I don't see him do shit else.
That's true. All the more reason why these niggas need to give him the fight, man. He's ranked in the top 10. He's ranked in the top 10 in all 4 sanctioning bodies, man. Why not? Why can't they give him the fight?
I think he should get that shot at Jermall because he's got a WBC shot. Yeah. He's not gonna get the shot at Canelo, so if he wants to, he can force his way into that organization. But I don't even know why.
He's the number 1 contender there.
He should. Yeah, but I'm saying like. He's going to have to fight another contender because he's not going to fight Canelo. That's what I'm saying.
I know. It's fucking right. That's what I'm saying.
If he's looking for a name and not just getting a title in like Gennady Golovkin sense, you know how he just got all these titles and he can't remember who he really beat for these titles. So I feel like that's something Andre he could do with the WBO and then beat Jermall. But I would let Jermall get a title defense under his belt, and then it would probably be more credible. He build up to it. So I would take the WBO route, but he's not gonna get Canelo.
All right, woo, that's some good talk, man. Me and my man Kashad be disagreeing like a motherfucker. That's what's up. Let's go to the next one. As we all know, if you didn't watch the terrible, terrible mismatch between Anthony Joshua and Eric Molina. The post-fight, Wladimir Klitschko was invited into the ring. And those two, basically nice guys. It ain't going to be hard to promote the fight. But don't expect no fuckery. Like what we saw Derek Chisora do to Dillian White, throw a table at him and shit. Don't expect none of that. Those two basically nice guide their way into a bout that's gonna happen April 29th, possibly in the UK, for the WBA Super Heavyweight title. Kashad, man, what do you think about that fight, fam?
Man, first, man, let me be honest. Tell me that wasn't the lamest fight challenge you've ever seen after a fighter has won a fight.
It was terrible.
Vladimir Klitschko was just Anthony Joshua, and then we go there. I was like, get the fuck, come on, man.
Do y'all want to see the fight? Fuck out of here.
Everybody was just looking like, dude, you are not in fucking Germany. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That was funny, but I think it'll be a good fight. I won't do actually, I can't do a prediction right now with that fight. I think Joshua will get him because Klitschko he's past his prime. Klitschko could outfox him, but I think he just from how nice that damn call out was. He looking at how big that motherfucker is, and Joshua got old stout ass neck. Old thick ass body fighter, and he know what it is. He's gonna get paid.
Yep.
I wouldn't be amazed if we hear something like $30-40 million per split towards Vladimir Klitschko split. I wouldn't be amazed, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be amazed because I think when he re-signed his pack with his company or a fight deal, or he signed a 5-fight deal to Paul Fury. Then the rematch would have been the second one or whatever. Actually, I think Pula was the first fight in his 5-fight deal because I remember he did the Flamingo shit and got knocked out.
Yep.
And then after that, he lost. Yeah, so he's being the third fight of that deal, and he probably just gonna cut his losses, man. If Klitschko couldn't pull the trigger against all punching ass Tyson Fury, he's not gonna do it against this big ass dude here, boy.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna give a prediction either. I'm gonna just say that I don't think it's an easy fight for Anthony Joshua like a lot of people do. Vladimir Klitschko is one of the more successful heavyweight fighters in this millennium. You know what I'm saying? He has over 60-something fights. He's beaten pretty much everybody, all challengers from last decade going into this one besides Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury fought a fight, and I'll just leave it at this. Tyson Fury fought the type of fight that Anthony Joshua cannot do. I'll leave it at that. The way Tyson Fury fought and beat Wladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua does not have the ability to do that. But Anthony Joshua has some ridiculous ass power. Seems that all these guys that he's fighting seem to crumble at his power, at his right hand.
And quitters.
Yeah.
Quitters.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an intriguing fight, but for all you who think just because Anthony Joshua is 18-0 with 18 knockouts, he's got a pretty good fan base behind him. He's being marketed very well. Don't think that he's just gonna walk in there and walk through a guy like Wladimir Klitschko. One thing that you guys need to understand, if you haven't already, is that Wladimir Klitschko is in a position where he only takes fights that he feels he can win. Okay, he sees something in Anthony Joshua that a lot of people who feel Anthony Joshua is gonna win easily don't see. So remember that before you actually decide that Anthony Joshua just gonna knock this motherfucker out within like 4 rounds and shit and walk right through this guy. But nevertheless, Klitschko will be 41 years old this come March. And they're supposed to be fighting in April, so he will be a certified old motherfucker by the time they fight. You know what I'm saying? So we will see, man. We will see what happens. I honestly don't think this fight should go down. I think Luis Ortiz has done enough to actually get a shot at Anthony Joshua for this belt. Or actually, I think because for a while, Anthony Joshua wasn't even ranked in the WBA. I think this Eric Molina fight actually allowed the WBA to put him in the rankings so that they can actually have a super title fight between Klitschko and Joshua. So I think Luis Ortiz should actually have fought somebody else for this belt, not Anthony Joshua and probably not Wladimir Klitschko, man. Or if it was Wladimir, he should be fighting Luis Ortiz. But it is what it is, man. This is still a good fight. It's an intriguing fight. I'll be waiting on it come April 29th. Next! In the last of the segment. Man, see, when you talk about fighters who have a certain mentality as it pertains to their career, and they're supposed to be having possible big fights coming up in the near future, the word retirement is the last thing you want to hear come out of their fucking mouths. Andre Ward has recently stated in an interview that he is actually contemplating retirement and that a rematch with Sergey Kovalev has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, he's going to retire. Now, what he means by that is he's being vague in that scenario. But what he did say to support his statement is that he's done everything he needs to do, or he feels he needs to do in his career. He's accomplished all goals. He's been fighting for a very long time now. And there's really not much for him left to do in boxing. He's primarily still fighting because he has the heart for the sport. And then he proceeds to say, the Kovalev fight hasn't made sense. Kashad, man, how do you feel about Andre Ward saying that he might be retiring in the near future?
I'm going to say bullshit. And I don't like hearing that from him. Like, number one, I feel like he's posturing, trying to get Kathy Duval for a square, trying to get more money. I think he got $5 million for the first fight. Probably trying to get 10, 15 for that.
Yeah.
And Miguel, under the same promotional outfit, Live Nation Sports, can get 15. He got 15 million from fighting Canelo, right?
Yeah, he got 15.
Yeah, he can get that. I know Andre Ward won 15 or 20 to fight this man again, you know, especially after winning it, after going through the commentary he went through, especially when it's on HBO. You know, he's just trying to get paid because he knows what he's going to have to be up against to win the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I'm just going to say that I don't feel Andre Ward. I feel like he's done so much to the sport, and I don't want to sound like a greedy person, but I'm going to compare Andre Ward and what he's done in his lifetime in the sport of boxing to other champions. All right, now, and 2K, I just want you to say who win these when you put career accolades up. Tommy Hearns, Andre Ward.
Tommy Hearns.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Andre Ward.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Roy Jones Jr., Andre Ward.
Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward.
Floyd Mayweather.
Now, you notice what all these fighters did. They stuck around. They climbed divisions.
Yep.
They ruled for long periods of time. You know, even when they had inactivity, see Floyd Mayweather, see Sugar Ray Leonard with eye injuries and stuff, they came back and they put their footprint on boxing.
Yep.
Like, you cannot get out of your promotional outfit. You cannot go, you can't fight Edwin Rodriguez, then go to Paul Smith, and then go to Sullivan Barrera and Elton Brand, whatever his last name was.
Elton Brand.
That dude. And then Sergey Kovalev. Like, even though that's a smorgasbord, you know, worth of names with Sergey Kovalev there, like, I feel like your resume still ain't, you know, shit compared to the people, your peers.
Yeah.
Compared to the people you want to be your peers.
Yeah.
That's why I look at people like Crawford, I look at people like Spence, and even Keith Thurman, even Danny Garcia. Like they at least on the road to doing so much more. Like Andre Ward, that was a real Adrian Broner-ish statement to me. That's why I hope that he was saying it to make $15 or $20 million and not actually mean it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Super Six. I love what you did to Chad Dawson. I love what you did to Sergey Kovalev, but Adonis Stevenson is still the lineal light heavyweight champion.
Yep.
So you saying you gonna go there and rack up all them belts, be a belt holder, and still not fight the lineal champ? Like, I'm tired of hearing that from your ass. Like, he has like a temperament that is great. I think Andre Ward is a great man, he's a great father, a great fighter. But some of the stuff he say, I guess he feel like he's only talking to the casual fan, and he forget that there's people like us listening to it, and we listening real hard with a mindful ear to what he's saying. And it's like, fuck you. I wish you would retire after that fight, man. Like, man, like, you piece of shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you really get mad at a fighter for that, but like, I really was pulling for him, and I feel like, bruh, you gotta conceal that. You gotta go back like Floyd. You gotta go ahead and set that record. You gotta make that more straight. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
you gotta rematch that one. And if you don't rematch it, you gotta give it a Stevenson. You gotta take over that division.
Yeah.
To reign with those peers, to put your name up there with them. Because as it stands, I mean, you the last American gold medalist, but I mean, you only conquered one weight division.
Yeah. Hey, you're right about that. And I want to add on to your comparison, and I'll particularly pull out Floyd Mayweather. The difference here is that, you know, Floyd, he was jumping from junior welterweight back to welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the best fighters available in both divisions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he fought Marquez, Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz, and then he went up to the 154-pound limit, fought Miguel Cotto, then goes back down, fights Robert Guerrero, then goes back up and fights Canelo Alvarez, and then comes back down and fights Marcos Maidana twice. Shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And for you people who are like, well, Andre Ward it's a bigger gap. No, it's not. 147 to 154 is 7 pounds. 168 to 175 is 7 pounds. So Andre Ward, he could go down and fight Badu Jack, James DeGale, go back up, possibly fight Adonis Stevenson. There's a lot of different things that can happen. Shit, he could fight Gilberto Ramirez, the Mexican cat. I think he's the WBO champion.
Hey, the reason I gotta disagree with you on that one. The reason I don't want him doing that is because Andre Ward, he seemed like a big dude, but he really not that big and light heavy. Like those commentators be talking. They just talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him fluctuating in his weight because he's not Roy Jones Jr.
Well, Floyd,
but I want him to try to strive to have a resume and to dominate over another weight class. I feel like
that's what I'm
saying. 175, yeah.
Floyd's not a big 147. And to top it off, when the nigga moved up to 154, he never weighed no more than 151 pounds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that actually supports your point, what you're saying. He's not a big 175. That's why I'm saying he should do what Floyd did, go back down, beat Badu Jack, and if he doesn't rematch Kovalev, by the way, fight a Badu Jack, get some more names on that resume, right? And possibly go back up and fight Kovalev or Adonis Stevenson. This is exactly what Floyd did. When he was at 147, he was like, hold up, Canelo's getting all this pub. Let me go back further. When he was at 147, he was like, hold up, Cotto's getting all this pub. He just beat Antonio Margarito in the rematch. I'm about to go fight that nigga at 154. Then he's like, all right, I shut all that shit down. I'm going to go back to 147, handle business. Wait, hold up. Canelo, undefeated 25-year-old champion? Oh, nigga, I'm about to go up there and beat that nigga, close that shit down. When goes up there and does it, then goes back to 147. That's my point. That's what he should do, fam, because it will make him look better, make his resume look better, and he will have piled on more credible names in the long run if he does that. But I really, honestly, I would like him to rematch Kovalev and then right after that fight Adonis Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? But going straight to retirement right now based on his resume, I mean, the Super 6 was great. He was the complete underdog. I was probably, me and a few others in this fucking continent were the only ones that picked Andre Ward prior to the Super 6 to win it. But that's not enough to say, I mean, he'll be an all-time great, no doubt about it. He's been undefeated since he was 12 years old. But that's not enough to say he was better than a lot of other all-time greats that are already on that list. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, in mythical matchups, he would get his ass whacked.
Yeah.
At this juncture in his career. I mean, even if he stayed at 175, I feel like there should be no talks of retirement. Like I said, the real nigga in me is just hoping he posturing for 15 and 20 million because I love dude as a fighter, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I would want him to rematch Kovalev, take that lineal championship status from Stevenson because these are legacy fights, man.
Yeah.
Like a rematch Kovalev, Stevenson. And now if he wants to get better these, and man, if I was him, I would look for a shot at cruiserweight, man. Because I would look for the right fight. I think Adrian Brother. I think Andre Ward beat the hell out of Tony Bellew.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think
like
he
would
have
fuck him
up. Even being light, he wouldn't even have to go all the way up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he got up that high, that would be 168, 175, and cruiser. That's three right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's three.
It's funny.
Weight classes.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to Sess, in the gym one day, and Sess was telling me that, Andre Ward said his ultimate goal is to fight at heavyweight. And I was like, nah, that nigga should go to cruiserweight. And I said the same name. I said he should fight Tony Bellew like he was going to fight the nigga in Creed and whoop his ass, take his belt. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's what he should do. I agree with that 100%. But I don't know, man. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully he's saying this to have more leverage in negotiations because let's face it, fans are trying to say he didn't win this fight. The Kathy Duva is trying to use that as leverage in these negotiations of a rematch, possibly to try to lower his salary for this fight or his purse for this fight. So maybe he is trying to use this as leverage, and if he is, I hope that's the case. Because honestly, man, I'm seeing a totally different Andre Ward. He's never been this type of dude. Some of the shit that he's saying, it's new. It's a new face for me, fam. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a good look. So I hope he's just fucking around. I hope he just bullshit. I hope the nigga issues a tweet the next day. He was like, nigga, I was just playing, dog, just fucking around. Nigga. April Fools, nigga. April Fools.
It's fucking December. I ain't falling for that shit. Like, nah, he better not retire. Like,
hell nah.
I think for all the accolades that he had, and I don't want anybody listening to this video to think I am shitting on Andre Ward. I am saying as a big fan of his career, as somebody that want to see him make it into the Hall of Fame, he is really overvaluing his career.
Yeah.
Like the Super 6 was a lot of value. The Sergey Kovalev fight was a lot of value. Chad Dawson, because Chad Dawson was the lineal light heavyweight champion at the time, right? But you fought him at a catchweight, so you didn't win that lineal light heavyweight status. That's how Stevenson
I thought he fought the nigga at the full-fledged 168 limit.
No. Oh, he did fight in the 168.
Yeah, Chad Dawson said Chad Dawson wanted to go to 168.
Yeah, Chad Dawson was but he was the man at 175. So when he came back, Adonis Stevenson picked him off, and he's been the man ever since. But I'm just saying, like, with Ward, I really want to see him in the Hall, and I don't want to. If you see them crapping on your career now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta force them to put you in that discussion. And I think him retiring would be him taking a weak way out, a weak man's way out. And it's the polar opposite of everything you showed in your career. You went through all that stuff in the litigation with those lawyers and that contract when everybody was writing all that bad press about how you should have did this, how you should have did that. You did what you felt was right, and now you come back and you fight him and you go retire? Yeah. Like, nah, man. Like, fans have been waiting on you. That's just bogus. So, man, I want him to get more money, but I want you to get in the Hall, and I'm telling you that you are overvaluing your career right now.
Yeah.
You need to run light heavyweight and, do the impossible and go to cruising. You can beat those guys, beat you a guy there, and then retire.
Man, I 100% agree, man. 100% agree. Man, it's always good talking to my man Kashad, man. I want to thank him for coming on the show.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Let us know what you think about these topics. I'm really intrigued to see how a lot of people respond to this Andre Ward news, man. But, yeah, do what you do in the comment section and be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.